you ever had a problem area in your yard where the grass in a certain place doesn't necessarily look like the grass around it? I've had an area in my front yard for a couple years now that seems to always dry out much more quickly than the grass around it. I never really done any investigation, and I actually pulled a clip from one of my videos last year where you can see where it's at its worst. But I decided to do a little bit of investigating this time, probably thinking that there's something underneath the surface, and this is what I found. The best thing you can probably do is take either a screwdriver or some kind of metal tool. I use something that's a little bit thinner so I can push it down into the grass a little bit farther, and just push that into the soil to see if you catch it on anything. For me, as soon as I got it down a couple inches, I could feel the tool stop. I knew there was something underneath. So now it's time to cut the grass. This wasn't the greatest part for me because I don't really like to cut into my lawn if I don't have to. But here I really needed to find out what was underneath the surface. So I used a spade. I started with a small circle and I cut that out, and then I realized that there was a big piece of cement underneath. So I cut a little bit bigger circle and the cement piece was still larger than that. So the next thing I had to do was get a sledgehammer to break apart the pieces so that I could start taking it out in pieces. The piece of cement was probably 12 inches by maybe 18 inches or so. It was a huge piece of cement. So that created a huge hole once I got that thing out of there. I had to put some topsoil back in to fill that in so that it was level again. And then I just put my grass back into place and watered it for a little while to make sure that it's going to grow back. It's still looking just a little bit dry right now, but I think that going into this season it's probably not rooted itself back completely into place. So hopefully that will do that, and I keep watering it right now to make sure that that happens. So that's just a little tip for you guys. If you happen to find an area in your yard that just seems like it doesn't react like the grass around it, maybe check the soil underneath. You never know what you could find. Thanks very much for watching this video. We'll see you next time.